Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, live in the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We are, of course, as we all know, in wildfire season. We have been for quite a while here in Oregon, and there are a number of fires burning across the state, across the Pacific Northwest, and really the entire western half of the continent. We've seen some newer fires pop up, and one of those is over by Sisters, Oregon, the Akawa Butte Fire, which could really threaten a lot of things there when it comes to structures and more. We want to talk about that fire and get you an update on what's happening, what's transpired over there. To do so, we've got Joe Touchstone joining us right now from the Oregon Department of Forestry. If I have that correct, Joe, want to make sure
you got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Thank you, and thanks for having time to join us. Would you mind, just kind of filling us in, giving the basics to people about this fire, what's transpired so far to where we're at?
Sure. The Oregon Department of Forestry Incident Management 2 showed up last Friday to take over the fire from the local district. It was pretty obvious that the fire was going to start growing beyond their capabilities. They were out here 24 hours a day and just didn't have enough resources. So they called in help from Oregon Department of Forestry, and then the Oregon State Fire Marshal showed up as well to help around the structures. And the fire was pretty active up until tomorrow afternoon. It started growing originally kind of down to the southeast, and then made a big push with the shift in the winds to the southwest. And it was kind of doing what it wanted to do. We were trying to get in front of this as much as we could, but we were experiencing flame lengths between 150 and 200 feet tall. And yesterday, it kind of culminated in a pyrocumulus cloud that was just giant. And it started its own lightning, in fact.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we had to pull our crews out of there. It was just getting so dangerous. So we tried to get in front of it with retardant drops and water drops and do what we could. But then Mother Nature showed up, and the thunderstorms came through. They dumped 1/4 of an inch on that really active area of the fire, and it really dampened the fire activity and slowed it down. But she wasn't completely kind to us. She only dumped the water on the half of the fire. So the wind shifted and blew it out of the west toward the east. And so that's where our fire activity is now. Now, the entire fire did get some dampness, which has given us an opportunity to kind of get in front of this and before the fire activity really picks up in about the next 24 hours. And at that same time, we're expecting sustained winds and 30-mile-an-hour gusts for the next 4 days. So it's going to be back to a very active fire, but we're taking advantage of this break to really fortify the lines, build the buffers around the homes to protect them, and we're doing this 24 hours a day.
Wow. I mean, that's with wind like that too. I mean, and everything being so dry already, that's a tremendous thing to have to face here coming up over these coming days, let alone what's already happening. So when it comes to the fire itself, do you have any, just I guess, general numbers of how many acres have been burned and what percent it is contained right now?
Sure. We're at 26,144 acres, and we're only at 3% contained. And that's in the northeast corner of the fire. It's where we have been able to get direct access pretty much from the beginning of the fire. So we've built depth and line there. We have it plumbed. That's what we call it, plumbed. But we actually have hoses and sprinklers in that area to really make sure the fire doesn't come that direction. In other parts of the fire, we don't even have dozer line around it. So it varies between getting access to the fire line directly because some of the terrain in here is pretty steep and rough, or other areas it's heavy brush and there are no roads, so we're having to bring in equipment to kind of cut through there to create our own roads. So it's really in an area that has made itself very difficult to get direct access to, and also very active. So it prevents us from getting direct access to.
And yeah, all of those things to have to battle to go through that. When you talk about structures, have there been any structures lost or any kind of damage in that way?
We just got confirmation that there was one structure lost yesterday, and that's really unfortunate. The Oregon State Fire Marshal crews have been in there working 24 hours a day. They've adjusted their work schedule to have doubled up crews during the most active fire. They are engines from all across the state here, from the Portland area, from Salem, Albany, Southern Oregon. And we even have Cal Fire sending people here to help. And they've been working to protect all of the homes from the very beginning. But it's just the unfortunate thing is that sometimes the fire wins. And no matter what kind of effort you put in, that it's just going to do what it does sometimes.
Are there concerns with this upcoming wind and what's happening that this could reach as far as Sisters or even like Black Butte or some of the other areas around there?
There are some concerns. We are planning ahead. You plan for the worst, hope for the best. And so, because of the planning for that and getting the communities prepared, there were adjustments to the Deschutes County evacuation areas and levels, as well as the Jefferson County. And those are just to put the community on a kind of alert, like be aware we are prepping for the worst, but Mother Nature may do its own thing. And no matter what we do, it may get past our best efforts. In fact, the school where we're having a community meeting tonight is under a level 1 evacuation now. So, but that's just, so people are aware and start thinking to prepare. One of the things I always say about fire season in Central Oregon is always consider yourself under a level 1 evacuation. And that's just to have that mentality of knowing, like, where are we going? If this happens, where are we going to go? If someone needs medical need or attention, what would we do with that person? And what about our pets or our livestock? Where would those go? Not everywhere that the shelter takes pets. So you may start thinking about how to handle that situation. And then your prescriptions, like, do I have enough prescriptions that if I'm out of my house for a week, that I will have them, enough to do, and I don't have to figure out how to get my prescription filled, and papers and photos and all those important memories. Like, what do you want to bring with you? What's really important? Um, and those are the things that you should think about as you are realizing that Central Oregon is fire country now, and everyone should be thinking along those lines so they're mentally prepared for if they have to evacuate.
Yeah, I mean, great thoughts for everybody for any kind of situation like those, just to have that in mind. When it comes to, you mentioned some of the different organizations that you're working with, do you feel like you have the resources needed to fight this fire?
We are getting close. We are the number one fire in the country. We're the top priority. So now we get first dibs at resources coming here and helping us out. And that's because we have a few communities under threat with this fire. Though, we're getting equipment, we're getting aircraft, we're getting crews. Oregon State Fire Marshal is getting additional task forces coming in so we can bolster what's out there in preparation for this really wind event. But because there are so many fires, just across this area, we're all competing for the same resources. In fact, my shop, in my information shop, yeah, I have people from California, from Utah, from Arizona that are here helping out because all of our resources locally have been pulled to other fires.
Wow. Yeah, so many different fires going on at the same time. Well, is there anything else important that you think the public should know or that you would want to get out there just about this?
A couple of things. One, be prepared. Really start thinking about what would happen if you were asked to evacuate. Like, think about all those things. We call them the four P's: people, prescriptions, papers, and pets. What are you going to do with those four things? Uh, and then be fire wise. Make sure you're not dragging chains. Make sure those fires are out. No burning. Make sure you understand if there is a burn ban in your area. Uh, don't mow your lawn late in the afternoon if it's dry grass. Really just be fire wise because about 80% of the fires in Oregon are human created. Now, this fire was lightning caused, but I've been on fires larger than this that were human caused. And this whole state is under a drought condition, and one spark can cause a disaster.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for all the work that you're doing and all the people out there fighting this and all these different fires everywhere. Really appreciate your time and thank you for joining us too, just to talk about this and get the word out there.
Happy to
Really
be
appreciate
here
it.
and glad I could help.
All right, thank you so much, Joe. And for everybody watching, this is Fox 12 Now. We are live streaming here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after that with more.